How's it going, you guys? AZ Plyo 21 here with our UFC Reborn save. February 2024, we're 2 months behind technically from in real life, and we're going to be booking, I believe, UFC 304, I want to say. UFC 304. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, this is going to be one of our longer videos just because it's just going to be me booking, doing a lot of negotiations and shit like that, and just kind of, off the cuff giving you some of my thoughts on MMA and stuff like that. It looks like we have a lot of people with contracts coming up that I may want to offer. So we will have to see about that and see exactly what we want to do. First things first, let's take a look at our rankings, which should have been updated. Heavyweight, we got Hugo Cunha up to number 16 after his debut win. Love to see that. Alexander Rakic over at number 6 after losing to Murzakanov, who sticks at number 2. We might be seeing him fighting Yuri Prohaska next. Middleweight, obviously, Cannonier at the top spot. Adesanya drops to number 3. Nothing else going on there. Nothing at welterweights or lightweights. Featherweight, Holloway drops down to number 8. And Yusuf down below him at number 9. That is insane. Crazy. Bantamweight, Petr Yan back into the top 10. And Marlon Vera down to number 22. Yikes. He will be having to fight someone a little bit less in stature. Flyweight, nothing going on. Obviously, Kayla Harrison, the best featherweight, alongside Aspen Ladd. It might actually end up being Harrison versus Ladd to see who fights Nunes. Danielle Wolf at number 10 after being 2-2. Good for her. Bantamweight, nothing cooking. Flyweight, nothing going on. Strawweight, Amanda Lemos up to number 3. Esparza down to 4. Suarez below her. Again, stupid at number 5. And other than that, nothing really cooking. And that's it for the rankings. So let's take a look at our emails and see what we got to do. O'Day Osborne needs to have his contract renewed. Yeah, we'll give him another 2 fights. We'll probably end up having to go after some rival bids. Eternal MMA going after this guy, 9-2 heavyweight. Seriously considering both offers. Offer him 3,000. Booyah. All right, Jessica Miele with PFL. Seriously considering more than one offer. Let's just give her a bag. Money is no object with us, so like we really don't have to worry. It's just more of a, hey, you're gonna have to check on these things more often kind of thing. Derek Anderson with Bellator, considering both offers. Give him a nice little bag of 3K a fight. I'm pretty sure that's what they were paying the original guys in the UFC anyways, at like UFC 1 and 2. Interestingly enough. Carla Esparza, considering the offer from Deep, really? Well, we want to keep her. Give her that nice little bag. He will be sticking around. Luan Lacerda has a fight booked, so we'll sign him on for at least another 2 fights. William Gomes, undefeated, so yeah, we'll go ahead and keep him around for sure. And again, apologies if you can't hear my cat going insane in the background. She's going into heat, so need to get her fixed pretty soon. Appointment is scheduled, so hopefully that can get sorted out quickly. She will not be returning, Elise Reed. Sorry to say. Onge Lusa, 2-1. Rose got bad stature just like me. Manuel Torres, 1-1. Just lost to Borshev. Not recently, but he did lose to Borshev. Hierro Rodriguez, 3-1 out of Venezuela, coming off a win. Of course, we will bring her back. $1,000 a fight. Love to see it. Archie Colgan, this guy will definitely have gotten, really, only offer he's considering. Okay, love to see that. So we got Steve Garcia. He's got a fight booked. Bring him back for another 2 fights. Reiner de Ritter is available, and he is coming off a win, 18-1, number 10 light heavyweight in the world. We'll give him 3 fights, and we're immediately going to toss 6,000 at him. See what he says, and he likes it. We're probably going to have to do another bid for him, but it's all good. Brianna Van Buren, 2-1. Bring her back. Beautiful. Diana Belbita, 2-3. I really don't know if I want to do anything as far as like Invicta or anything like that, like I did last time. Oleg Borisov, 38. Yeah, I would want to bring him in. One of the 2 offers I'd consider. 2000, beautiful. These guys will fight for peanuts in this game. Andrea Lee, coming off a win. Love to see it. I really have to sneeze, and I apologize. Anthony Smith has a fight booked against Pajeda. Interestingly enough, he's a lifer. Bring him back. Vink Pachel has a fight book. 8-3. Interestingly, I always figured he was kind of a journeyman and not doing very well, but 8-3 in his time here. That's awesome. Jim Miller on a bit of a losing streak, but he is also a lifer. We will keep him around no matter what. Kyung Ho Kang, 7-4-1, coming off a loss, but we will keep him around. Not for 3 fights though. Alrighty. Calvin Kattar has recovered. Ricky Tercios, who is 3-1. Well, yeah, 3 fights. We'll give him 3 fights. And then De Ritter won his fights. We know this. So let's go and take a look. Henan Barao, 34-9-1. Coming off loss. Oh, he hasn't fought yet in Titan or in Aries, and we're not going to bring him in. Low-level national. Yeah, he's just doing terribly when he was here, so we will not be doing any of that. 46 years old, no thank you. 43 years old, no thank you. Darren the Dentist Stewart. Got 1 win over in Cage Warriors, not going to bring him back. Adam Soldayev, 7-1 featherweight, 26 years old, and coming off a win, albeit a while ago, but we'll go ahead and bring him in. 2 fights, better offers from other companies. KSW, who have not used you, brother, so 45 hundo, really, for this guy? Better offers from other companies? Yeah, you can eat a dick, sir. Yuta Kubo, no thank you. Ooh, this guy from EFC. Featherweight from South Africa. 15-2. Sure. Beautiful. Give the guy 3 fights. The return of Calvin Kattar. We already got Reiner de Ritter an offer. 41 years old, no thank you. 46 years old, no thank you. 39 years old, no thank you. We already did offer this guy a contract. Luke Barnett, no thank you. No. Nah, no. Ooh, a new fighter? That brother is not Japanese, I can tell you that right now. Michelle Nicolini, 41 years old, retires. Brendan Ward, 12-7 in Bellator. Yeah, no thanks. Odie Delaney, heavyweight out of Alaska. This is a perfect UFC hire. I love that. Out of Alaska. Love that. 9-3 all in one. That is interesting. A bantamweight. Coming off a loss though, no thank you. Radim Rahman, no. Jose Diaz, no thank you. Borisov, we did offer a contract. I know. Pavel Kielek, no. A lot of new fighters. Torbjorn Madsen, no. 0-3 in Invicta, yikes. Ali Taleb, number 25 bantamweight in the world out of PFL. Yes, please. One of the 2 offers I'd consider. What if we doubled that, brother? 2,300 a fight. Risk your life for 2,300. Richard Godoy, 3-0-1. Like that, coming off a win as well. One of the 2 offers he'd consider. Go ahead and toss 2,000 his way. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Nothing. I was gonna say all of his fights have been in 1, but 4 1-1. Aviv Ghazali. Yeah, this is the Israeli guy. 7-1 lightweight. We'll go ahead and take a flyer on him. We're gonna have to offer him something nice. 15 hundo. Remember, we got 4 fight cards to run every single month, so we're gonna need some fighters here. Although I can still be selective. 15, 1-2 in ACA, no thank you. Not even the champion or anything. You're a woman, so 9-5, but you're coming off a loss, no thanks. Victor Sandoval, flyweight, right? Yeah, flyweight. A win over Ronnie Sadeh, yeah, we'll bring you back. Bring you back, brother. 2-1 in Bellator. Luis Gustavo. Who did this guy? Tricky Fury. Mean lightweight? Why not? Let's poach some guys from Ryzen too. No. Thank you. 40 years old. 5-2 KSW woman. Flyweight. She's coming off a loss though. No, thank you. Born 1-1. Nah. 5-1 in ACA. Dagestani for sure, coming off a win. 3 straight wins. We'll go ahead and toss this guy contract offer. One of the 2 offers he would consider. 16 hundo. Beautiful. Alright. No, nothing there. Nope. Nope. Oh. Let's see. You are a woman with a fight scheduled for a title. Why not? Hopefully she wins that fight. 5-0 in Jungle Fights. Marceli Alves. Champion of Jungle Fight, it would appear. Hell yeah. Brother will fight for $200. You love to see it. Shannon Van Tonder from EFC, South African featherweight. Fight booked. No, thank you. All right, so we're good there. So with that, we now have to see what exactly we want to book. So let's take a look and see where our recent fight cards are going to be. We got Abu Dhabi, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Indiana, and Quebec, Canada. Okay, so we got a little Canadian thing going. So let me move some stuff around so that way it's easier for me to. I like the idea of doing Canada again. So let's go to British Columbia, Vancouver, at least one international one too. British Columbia, and then we'll be on the West Coast at that point. So I just say screw it and let's go to Washington. And then let's go down to Oregon. And then from there, let's do a fight card in Mexico? Yeah, screw it, Mexico. Booyah. And then pay-per-view, it will probably depend on who is in the main events. So let's go and take a look and see exactly what we want to do. Rankings, heavyweights, John Jones, no. Yuri is available. Mirzakhanov, 26 days. Would probably be able to make it. But let's see if anybody else is a little bit more available. Jared Cannonier, Robert Whittaker, is he coming off a win? Brendan Allen, Andricus Duplessis. Probably be Robert Whittaker. Cannonier, 2 months, that's not happening. Edwards is already fighting Chimaev. Lightweight, no. Featherweight, no. Bantamweight, is Sandhagen ready? 33 days. Featherweight, no. Bantamweight, no. Flyweight. What is what are we doing with flyweight here? What are we doing with flyweight here? Oh, that's right. She beat Angela Hill. That's fucking insane. Because Angela Hill beat what's-her-face, so that technically did make a little bit of sense. Zhang Wei Li lost to Thug Rose. That's the 3rd time she's lost her. She has to fight somebody else. 2 months, she's not even ready yet. That's it. So, it might have to be Yuri. Yuri and Murzakanov. Czech Republic. We should do it somewhere in Europe. So pay-per-view in Europe somewhere. And then we have Yuri versus Murzakanov. Very weak main event, admittedly. It's for a title. It's Yuri, but it's still a pretty weak main event, unfortunately. And so now it's just time to see what exactly we can get booked up. But starting, of course, with the ranked fighters. Weili we saw is not ready. Carla Esparza, I imagine. Yep, not ready to go. Angela Hill, she's good to go. The Xiaonan Yan, 19 days. I kind of like that. Yaregui, 47 days. Hill versus Yan, I feel like has happened before. It has, 5 years ago. I feel like that's fine if we book that again. Rodriguez coming off a loss. Nobody else really deserving of another fight up, it would seem. So, and Loveth Young is making her debut with us, so we're not doing that. So, Hill versus Yan. We just saw Zhao and Yan lose to Zhang Weili. Okay, so Loveth Young versus Marina Rodriguez. I don't know why she's ranked so highly. LFA champion, that's probably why. Her versus Marina Rodriguez, who should really be fighting down. She just lost in ranked number 19. That's pretty rough. Giovanna Canuto. No. Melissa Martinez. Piera Rodriguez. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Piera Rodriguez versus Loveth Young. Okay, and then Marina will give her a fight against Melissa Martinez. Do that. Is Martinez coming off a win? He certainly is. Here we go. And then the rest we don't really need to do much for. Okay, so we're good on that. Grasso can't really fight anybody right now. Tyler Santos coming off a win. 12 days, so she can fight somebody. Ivana Petrovic. Former Aries champion. She just beat someone top 12. Andrea Lee, no. Is she ready? 5 days. I like the idea of Lee versus Petrovic, so we'll do that instead. Alexa Colt needs a debut, it would seem. He was just a champion. Gabriela Fernandez. Let's do that. Colt versus Fernandez. Antonina Beat Macy Barber. Ah, okay. Versus Diana Belbita, sorry. Let's do that. No, Antonina should be fighting up. She really should. So we'll hold off on her. We'll do Belbita versus Leonardo. Alright. Because, yeah, Antonina should be fighting up after beating Barber. Bantamweight, we have Laura Howarth, who I imagine was the Invicta champion. There you go. Talita Bernardo. Wild that these girls are coming in, and I mean the division is so shit. That's why. So shitty. Who's coming off a win? Raquel's coming off a loss. Veronica Hardy coming off a win over who? Lucy Pudilova just beat Caitlin Vieira. That's a pretty big win. So we'll do Hardy versus Pudilova. Sorry about that. Let's see here. We've got Haley Cowan. Did she just win? She did. Let's do Rocky versus Laura Howarth. And then Bernardo versus Cowan. And then Daria versus Raza Fierson. Beautiful. And then that's good on bantamweight. Oh, sorry. Featherweight. We can do... Yeah, screw it. We'll do Sendaiush versus Fabian. Alright, and we're good on featherweight there. Flyweight, we got a homeboy at number 7 here. Jeff Molina should really be fighting up quite a bit. He's seemingly ready. So we'll go ahead and do that. Is Makayev, is he going to be good to go soon? He just beat Zifa Shang, who's in front of him still, for whatever reason. He really should be fighting up. Oh no, he's behind him. So Jeff Molina versus Rustanbek. Alright. Janata Silva. See who's coming off a win. It looks like this guy is. Steve Ursig. We need to get this guy up there because he's fighting for the champion for real. So we'll do that. Silva versus Ursig. And then Takahashi versus Vergara. And then we're good on flyweight. Bantamweights. And we're going to hold off on that until the next pay-per-view. No one's really ready to fight. We got Rustam Karamov making his debut for us, it would seem. Needs to fight somebody in the top 15. Somebody like Said Nurmagomedov. I like that. Beautiful. Let's see. Are any of these guys good to go? Sterling, 33 days. No. Biggie. No way. Marab, 5 days. Umar, booked to fight. Marab versus Karamov would have been cool. Piotr Yan, 19 days. Umar, is he ready to go, Umar? He's booked already. Rob Fonts, 19 days. $11 days. Yeah, Alma Khan. Alma Khan and Pedro Munoz. Nah, we'll just skip on him. We'll just do Kako Romanov. Whatever his name is. Excuse me. And Kak Haramanov? Kak Haramanov. Versus Pedro Munoz. And then Timur Valia versus Ricky Simon. Beautiful. Featherweights. Arnold Allen, is he good to go? Coming off a knockout of Josh Emmett, he is certainly not ready. Ortega is ready to go. Max Holloway. 4 months we'll have to wait on him. Super Sadiq Yusuf after beating Holloway. 19 days. Big win over Ortega for Sadiq. That would definitely be a fight night main event. What is Ortega coming off of? A loss, so should be fighting down. I feel like Sadiq's probably a good fight for him. We'll do that. Hockey. TJ, how's it going, brother? Yes, sir, I am back. Appreciate you coming back as well. Hope you are doing very well. I know it's been a long time since I've been here. But yeah, let's book some fights. Hope you are having a good start to your weekend. We got Korean Zombie here. Lost to Giga Chad. He's out for a while. Josh Emmett got knocked out by Allen. He won't be back for a month or so. And Ige, he's got a fight booked ready. And Joe Anderson Brito, he's done so as well. The featherweights, good to go. Dariush, former champion, not ready to come back. Rebecca, not ready to come back. Michael Chandler is ready to come back after getting TKO'd by Connor. He needs himself a good fight. Rafael Fazeev, not ready to come back. Man, Dan Hooker, Carlos Diego Fajeda. Not sure I really like that. Doesn't really excite me too much. Ayosh Gamrot coming off of win over Michael Johnson. He's not ready to come back. Rafael Dos Anjos coming off a loss. Not ready. Mamedov, let's see. Did Jalen Turner win? He did beat Gregor Gillespie. Him versus Chandler, I kind of like the idea of. So we'll do it. Booyah. Fajeda, was he ready? Yes. Emirates. No. Mamedov. Big time Bellator fighter, but I don't want to give him top 15 fight just yet. Manuel Sosa. Utataladze. Yeah, I like that fight. Let's do it. Utataladze and Fajeda. And then we'll do Sosa and Mamedov. right. Welterweights, we got Umalatov beat Tim Means, which obviously means that he's the #1 contender. Silly. We do have Bilal Muhammad, who knocked out Michael Chiesa. What the hell happened there? Shavkat, 26 days. Him versus Bilal for title shot. Bilal versus Shavkat for sure. Vicente Luque out forever. Excuse me. Jack Della Maddalena beat Wonder Boy. We can throw him at the Bellator guy, or PFL guy. I'm sorry. Go ahead and do just that. JDM versus Umalatov. Daniel Rodriguez beats Randy Brown. Albert Tumanov coming back. Let's just go ahead and do that. Tumanov versus Rodriguez. Alex Morono coming off a win. Abdur Guimov. He should be fighting down. Christian Lee. Go ahead and do that. Lee versus Morono. Abdur Guimov versus Muradov. And then we're good on welterweight. Middleweight, Rafael Lovato Jr. needs a fight. Robert Whitaker will be fighting Jared Cannonier, but it looks like that's not for 2 months, 3 months maybe. Adesanya, 2 months for him. Baralho, 54 days. Lovato needs somebody to fight, and he just beat Sean Strickland, who is no longer ranked. Funny. Shabazian, 26 days. Little winning streak going on for him. Christian Leroy Duncan, 3-fight winning streak, but not really against too many, like, any big names. Brendan Allen versus Rafael Lovato Jr. I kind of like that. So let's go and do it. And then if Duncan is ready to go, we can do him and Shabazian. He is definitely not ready. Out for a whole ass year. Is Shabazian even ready? 26 days. Magomedov. Who did Shabazian just beat? Okay. Magomedov just beat Meerschaert. Joe Pyfer. Shabazian versus Magomedov will do. All right, and then that'll do it for middleweight. Light heavyweights, Ankalaev beat Alex Pereira. Oh no. Wait, is he ready? He's not, so he will not get that title fight, unfortunately. That will go to Murzakanov. Just because of timing, really. Rockets just lost. Is he ready? He certainly is not. 6 months. Dustin Jacoby. He needs some time. The state of this division as well. Jesus. He's not ready. Josh Silveira. 5 days. Do him and Krylov. Unless Konstantinai is coming off a win. Light heavyweight is crazy for this dude. Who did he just beat? Nobody. So Krylov and Kasanganai. Let's do that. All right, you won. Lost to Murzakanov, which is, I mean, that's fine. So we'll do him and Silvera. Dominic Reyes. Oh, poor Dominic Reyes. He is not ready. So we'll leave that at that. And then heavyweights. All right, we got some guys that are ready. Tom Aspinall beat Stipe, but lost to Biggie Boy. So Aspinall versus Tuivasa or Pavlovich. Beat Blades, beat Tabura. Who's gone fighting? Lost to Gone. Aspinall versus Pavlovich actually seems to make sense. Tuivasa has a little bit of a title run kind of thing going on. Aspinall versus Lewis. Has that happened? I just want to build up Aspinall, and I imagine that he'd beat Derek Lewis. So let's do that, and then Tuivasa and Pavlovich, has that happened? Has. Okay, so Tuivasa and Aspinall it is. Although I do imagine that Aspinall and Lewis has happened as well. It has. Romanov? 19 days. Rogerio de Lima. He's out forever. Pavlovich versus Romanov. He is coming off a loss, correct? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, he's not ready to go. Capolosa. Drug suspension. Okay. We go Cunha. Good to go in about 20 days. Sheen Tabura. 19 days. Ahmed Usman. 33 days. So we'll do Cunha and Tabura. And we are good. Okay. So. Holloway just lost in my save. Holloway has not been having a good time. As you can see. He lost to Sadiq Yusuf and Korean Zombie. He's not having a good time, Max Holloway. Yeah, rather unfortunate for him. So, we already know the main event of the pay-per-view is going to be Yuri versus Murzakanov, which is a rather weak main event. Got 4 fight cards, British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and Mexico. Mexico. Are there any Mexican fighters here? Ortega versus, you have AJ McKee? Do I? Let me check, actually. He is still with Bellator. I cannot... He's already on my short list, so I already am looking out for whenever I can sign him, but I can't sign him just yet. But I definitely will sign him whenever I get the opportunity to. In-game, he hasn't fought since December of 2023. Beat Yancy Medeiros. But I do want to sign him. 2 years, 3 months. I won't be able to sign him for 2 years, so it's not looking likely that I'll get AJ McKee anytime soon, unfortunately. Aaron Pico, we do have on the other hand, and he is making his debut against Ryan Hall on the McGregor-Gaethje fight card, which should be fun. All right, so we're booking UFC 302 is what we are booking. So let's go ahead and set that up. UFC 302 is in April. That's this month. All right, Saturday, week 4 of April, media major show, of course, and we're holding it in Europe, but where in Europe remains to be seen. No, Scandinavia, Eastern Europe, Poland. Prohaska's not from Poland. Southeast Europe. Blachowicz versus Santos. Where was that? Let me look that up real quickly. Nope. I don't care about ad block. Right. That was in Prague, Czech Republic. That's perfect. Okay. So, Southeast Europe. Because we're going to have Yuri main eventing. Yes, we will drug test still. Okay. Light heavyweights, Yuri Prohaska, or the light heavyweight championship is in our main events. We know that for a fact. Now, the thing is, I have these remaining fights. Not too many. I have to decide of these what I want to put on the main card of that pay-per-view. I don't necessarily need to put any of these fights on the pay-per-view because it's already a pretty shitty pay-per-view. I imagine it's not going to sell the greatest. We're kind of just banking on Yuri's drawing power. So really we just need fighters who are popular in that region. So I think we're just going to tank it and kind of have a shitty fight card. We're just going to go to popularity, search, or no, we're going to go to catchweight female, Alexa Grasso, Marina Morosh, high-level regional. So high-level regional for women. Patty Pimblett, fuck it. Quick camp. I mean, we kind of need him for this card anyway, so we'll toss Patty Pimblett on there. We will definitely do that. Tony Ferguson, we will definitely toss on here as well. Derek Lewis might be a little bit trickier. Brian Ortega, Nikita Krylov. We already have a fight booked for Nikita Krylov, so he'll probably end up on this fight card just out of principle. Arnold Allen, I believe we have booked up for something as well. Let's do Patty Pimblett first at lightweight. What can we do for him at lightweight, Patty Pimblett? We're certainly not going to do Tony Ferguson because we need him for another fight. Him versus Jim Miller. Kutataladze, no, because he will destroy Patty. We want him to win. Okay, this we can do. Him versus Hadzovic, because he's coming off a win at least. So Patty will be able to still kind of get it going. I like this. I like this a lot. Yep, you won't have the time to run a full training camp. Really? Not well known enough. You fucking bitch. We're gonna end up having to have him fight 20%. Please be willing to fight Jim Miller. You fuck. Okay, let's do this. We know it's Patty Pimblett. Yes, fuck you. Quick fight camp. What weights can he fight at? Featherweight or 165? So fuck you, welterweight. Gunnar Nelson. Okay, he'll do Gunnar Nelson. Gunnar Nelson is favored though, so I don't really like that too much. Will he do Albert Tumanov, who will also beat him? I don't like that. I don't like that. What about featherweight? Ortega, yeah, he would not beat any of these guys, so it's gonna have to be Gunnar Nelson. All right, your funeral, Patty. So we got Patty booked. Next is Tony Ferguson. Him versus Jim Miller has never happened. That is interesting, but I do like it. So let's do that. Okay, so that's 3 fights down. Now, 2 more fights we need to book. Derek Lewis is definitely an option. Tuivasa, we already have something going for him, which is him and Aspinall. I do like the idea of them main eventing their own show, though. So Derek Lewis. If I can get him a fight, which I didn't originally have. Him versus quite literally anybody. Him versus Chris Barnett. Coming off a loss. Why him? Okay, so we'll check on Derek Lewis because he's going to be on the card. We just don't know who he's going to be fighting. We know Derek Lewis will be on that card. And then other than that, Nikita Krylov, who we do have a fight booked for him. And it's against Kasan Ganai, and I'm okay with that fight being on pay-per-view. Okay. This is the pay-per-view, boys and girls. Ooh, I mean, off of name value, it's not bad. Because you got a title fight. You got Paddy Pimblett, Tony Ferguson, and Derek Lewis. A nice light heavyweight, fight. And it is a title fight on pay-per-view. So what are you going to do? It's in the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic fans are just going to say, you know what? Screw it. It's a UFC show. We'll come out. It'll sell out anyways. That's the hope, right? But for the rest, it's not great, unfortunately. And so with that, Krylov and Kasanganai we just booked, and so the rest we kind of just need to evenly divide. And with that, let's go ahead and do what I always do, which is just give it number 1 through 4. And with that, it's how they will be divided. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Nope, not 12. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably should have picked out whatever I wanted to main event first. Probably would have been way smarter. Baby Witch, how's it going, Belle? So I will do that actually. So yes, this will be a main event. That should definitely be a main event. That should definitely be a main event. And then one more, which will be hard to pull out of the rest of this. Karamov Nurmagomedov is a pretty good fight, but it's not main event worthy, unfortunately. Turner and Chandler, maybe. It's gonna have to be Turner and Chandler. Well, I mean, Mexico, so. Ortega, I don't want that to really be the Mexico main event. I'm looking and seeing if there's any Mexican fighters on here that are worthy of main eventing in Mexico, and there's none. Ortega and Yusuf. Pavlovich and Romanov, no, that can't main event. Lovato and Allen, no, not really. Madalena? No, because this is Yumlatov's second fight, so no way. It's gonna be Turner and Chandler. Yeah, it's Turner and Chandler. Okay. Okay, so Ortega and Yusuf. We will put that one in Mexico. Bilal and Shavkat. That Washington, I guess. Random, but okay. Tuivasa and Aspinall. Let's just put that one in Canada. And then Turner and Chandler. That's the one that's going to go in Oregon. Okay. So, good to go there. Which just means that I need to redo all of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 4, 3, whatever, that's fine. Okay. So, yeah, so Yuri versus Mirzakanov, that needs to be there. And so let's take all the 4s, and we're going to put it in the Mexico card, because that is what is going to be on that Mexico card. Molina and Rustambek. Munoz and Kakharamunov. Why did the Chiefs draft ass? Asking for a friend. They got a good wide receiver. I'm obviously not watching the draft, so I don't know what the hell they're doing today, but I mean, they needed a receiver, they got it. The Eagles needed a defensive back in the first round, they got it. Whatever they do the rest of the days, that's on them. Who you really should be asking that question about is the Falcons, who decided to piss off their new franchise quarterback. All right, so we have our Mexico card here, which is looking actually not bad. Pavlovich, Romanov, Lovato, Allen, JDM, Yumlatov. That's not actually too bad, so looking good there. Cunha and Tabura in Oregon. Abdur Guimov and Muradov in Oregon. Karamov and Nurmagomedov. That's a really good fight, by the way. I'd really love to see that, like, for realsies. In Oregon. Got featherweight kind of bullshit fights going on in Oregon. Hardy and Pudilova. Rodriguez and Martinez. And we're good there. Angela Hill and Jan in BC. Bernardo and Cowan in BC. Colt and Fernandez in BC. Silva and Urseg in BC. Valiev and Simon in BC. And Tumanov in BC. And then Shabazian and Magomedov in BC. All right, and then the rest of these are all in Washington. Beautiful. So we have our cards set up. Now, no guarantee that all of these fights are going to be on that main card, because there could be some more popular fighters that are more deserving. With that said, these are the fights that are going to be on these cards. So let's go ahead and see exactly what we can get booked up right now. So first off, we have British Columbia. So Saturday of week 1 in April, we will have a throwaway show. It will be a UFC fight night, and it will be in British Columbia. Yeah. Right, haven't had a show there in a while. Changed the Octagon for a ring for at least a year. Huh. In the UFC, that is rather interesting. I've never done that myself, but that is super interesting. All right. We got a show in Washington, Saturday of week 2. Throwaway show, UFC fight night. Boom. Need to put a 1 on there, otherwise it will not let you save it for whatever reason. Washington, boom, boom. Done. Okay, so we have our double header, I guess you can call it. So week 3, Saturday, April. It's actually Wednesday of week 3. UFC fight nights. Added 2. This one is in Oregon. Right, all good there. Not a major show, throwaway show. Right. And then another one week 3, Saturday. Roll. UFC fight night. Toss a 3 on there. Throwaway show. This one is in Mexico. What part of Mexico are we going to? Northern Mexico, Southeast Mexico, West Central Mexico. West Central Mexico. Have not held a show in Mexico yet, interestingly enough. All the money's in Northern Mexico, though. Why is all the money in Northern Mexico? Is that because that's where the cartels are? Funny joke. Okay. Throwaway show, medium international, booyah. Okay, good to go. For British Columbia, we got Tuivasa and Aspinall, which is actually a pretty great fight. There it is, great main events. Love to see it. Mexico City is north? I'm pretty sure it's like directly central, but it is what it is. Bernardo versus Cowan, which I cannot for the life of me remember what division they're in. Okay, so apparently they're in the... Oh, there it is. Bernardo versus Cowan. Said it should be a prelim fight, and I believe them. Angela Hill versus Yan. All right. That one will more than likely on the prelims. Culp versus Fernandez. That will definitely be on the prelims. Culp and Fernandez. Alrighty. Silva versus Urseg. Rodriguez versus Tumanov. Which Rodriguez is that? Shabazian Magomedov. That one will be on the main card. None of them are ready. Rodriguez versus Tumanov. Says it can be a decent main event. That's nice. Okay, Valia versus Simone. Just scraping on the main show. That means it will be on the main show. All right, and then we have one more. Silva versus Urseg. It looks like it will go on the main show. Or not, brother. Apparently not. So we'll put that on the prelims. And bada bing, bada boom. So we have one more main card fight to book here for British Columbia because Shabazian and Magomedov is also going to be on here. So, easiest way to kind of go about this is we're going to go to any, we're going to go to hometown fighter, yes, see who is from British Columbia. Lupi Godinez, really? Apparently she is. So we'll find her a fight. Cool. Kat Zingano? Oh, well, she's also not a strawweight, so. I actually kind of like this. Why not? From British Columbia. I thought she was Mexican. I thought you were American. But we'll do that. And then Shabazian Magomedov. Okay, cool. So British Columbia, for now, is done. Vivasa versus Aspinall. All right, Washington. Bilal versus Shavkat. All right, so boom, boom. All right, Young versus Pierre Rodriguez. That will more than likely be a prelim. It is. It says it right there. Will be on the prelims. Belbita versus Leonardo. That will also be a prelim. Belbita and Leonardo. Here we go. Daria versus Raza Fierson. There it is. Daria Raza Fierson on the prelims. Takahashi and Vergara, a couple flyweights going at it. Screw it. We'll put him on the main card. Fajeda and Kutateladze. I believe they are lightweights. So Kutateladze and Fajeda once he's back. That will be on the main card. Got Lee versus Morono, which I believe is featherweight. Lightweight. Welterweight. There it is. Morono versus Lee. Silveira versus Kutalaba. Alright, let's get right about there. Who's Kutateladze supposed to fight? Well, we're gonna have to book Kutateladze against somebody right now because I forgot. Sure, Christos Giagos. Boom, done. Silveira versus Kutalaba. Yep. Okay, so one more main card fight for this one. Not going to be any of the ladies, sadly. Alright. Walt Harris at heavyweight. Against Chris Barnett? Sure. Okay, so that's the co-main, sadly. Hope you enjoy that show, Washington. All right, so that's good to go for now. All right, we go to Oregon. Jalen Turner versus Michael Chandler. Well, I believe none of them are ready. Oh, there it is. Michael Chandler versus Jalen Turner. Main show fight, but not a main event. That's... Yes, you will be fighting Jalen Turner. All right, Cunha versus Tabura. Unless they're light heavyweights, they are not. Abduragimov versus Muradov. Boom and boom. Best suited to the prelims, I agree. Karamov versus Nurmagomedov. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, it is this one. Okay. Boom and boom. That's suited to the prelims, really. Yeah, okay. Sosa versus Mamedov. That's suited to the prelims. Yeah, that's about right. Bendayev versus Fabian. Yeah, I can tell you that's going on the prelims already. Hardy versus Pudilova. Sorry, ladies, you're also going on the prelims. And then Rodriguez versus Martinez. Sorry. You guys as well. So we've got three fights. 3 fights to book here in Oregon, so let's get to it. Pennington, she have a fight booked? Rocky, yeah, she does. Kat Zingano, though. Can get a fight for her. Zingano at featherweight, it seems. Ugh. Don't hate this, actually. Now let's do Zingano versus Maknakina. Just scraping onto the main show. And we got 2 more fights to book. Emmett is not booked just yet. Let's do like Sean Strickland and Nico Price. Get them fights. So let's go to middleweight. Ooh, Rodolfo Vieira. Why is he not ranked? It says it would be a main show fight, though, so let's do that. All right, and then one more, which was Nico Price. Versus Warley Alves. Decent main event, it says. Sure, let's do that. You beat Ian Gary. I love that for you, Warley. Right now, that's the co-main. Okay, so all good there. Just that one last fight remaining. And so we go to Mexico. Ortega versus Yusuf. The Yusuf part of that will have to wait. Lee versus Petrovic. Rocky versus Howarth. I wonder if that will... Decent main event, really. Okay. So let's see, Lovato versus Allen for sure. JDM versus Yumalatov for sure. Potential main events. And then Kakmaranov. Oh, Pavlovich versus Romanov. This is actually quite a good fight card. None of these ended up on the prelims? Molina versus Rustombek needs to go on the prelims. Okay, so good that they're on that Mexico show. So no main card fights need to be booked for that one, which is interesting. And so with that said, let's go ahead and start booking the rest of these prelims. And so let's get to it. So first we're going to start, of course, with hometown fighters. No males and no females. And so then we'll go to last fought 6 months ago. Norma Dumont at featherweight. She can fight at bantamweight, yeah. Yeah, she can. Oh, whoops. Ah. We won't do it for her there anyways. Khalil Roundtree. Let's get the brother a fight against Anton Turkalsh. Go. Orion Koski. Him versus Court McGee. Why not? Danny Chavez at featherweight. Looks like he will lose to whoever he fights, apparently. Ivan Tucker is the closest one, so we'll rock with him. Oh, never mind. But camp, not going to be paying you any extra. Bantamweight. Let's see here. Pedro Munoz. Alright, middleweights. Oh, it's bantamweight. My mistake. Boop. Boop. Decent main event, it says. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Go back to booking. 6 months ago, Sweeney versus Mo Miller. Castaneda on a losing streak. We need to find brother a fight. Christian Rodriguez. Beautiful. Norma Dumont, and so nobody else there. Now we're going to rock with 3 months ago. This is where all the ladies will be coming in. Alright, so we got Siwoo Park and Na Liang. Let's get that going. Marina Morosh versus Macy Barber. Let's do that. Julia Villa versus Penny Kianzad. Not do that. Flyweight Alex Perez versus Almabayev. Let's rock with that. And we're good there. Washington. First things first, hometown fighter. Sam Hughes at strawweights. Have her and Demopoulos go up against one another. None of the men are from Washington. Okay, 3 months ago. Beautiful. All right. Can rock with that. C and Grisham. Gerald Meerschaert. And versus Brian Battle. Sure, let's rock with this. Right. Right, yeah, I like that. Griffin and Randy Rude Boy. Right, McDessie versus Tamer. Go with that. And Chavez still not good to go. And Ashkaboff. All right, and we're good there. Oregon, all good there. Look at all those that ended up on the prelims. That's wild. Fatima Klein versus Verbeek. Sure, we can do both of them at the same time. Oliveira versus Brogan. Talk with her versus Panny. Daniel Marcos. Looks like he'll lose against just about anybody. See if we can get Boom Boom another win. Okay, Donnie Chavez, still not good to go. Jarno Aarons is, though. Looks like he'll lose against just about anybody. And so let's see if we can't get Air Jordan a win. We are good to go there. Okay, Rodriguez needs to fight just somebody because I accidentally deleted that. And so, yep, she'll fight Burgess. So we're good to go there. First things first. Hometown fighter, yes. No women. Quite a few men. Featherweight, lightweight, lightweight. Fernando Padilla versus Chavez. We'll go ahead and give him that. Manuel Torres versus Hadzovic. And Rafa Garcia versus Jamie Malarkey. Bogdan Gnitko. Looks like he'd beat any of these bozos, so let's make it against Bukauskas. Alright. I feel like Magomedov was supposed to fight somebody. Is it Shabazian? Yeah, British Columbia. Okay. Okay, so Fluffy Hernandez needs a fight. We'll give him Paige Van Zant's husband. All right. This guy is ranked and needs a fight. Screw it. Yeah, give him Ian Gary. Have him knock him out, please and thank you. All right, Arzapeki versus Nicholas Mata. Nothing there really. Right. Alora Donna, which is Casey O'Neill. Let's do that. All right, good to go there. All right, and then we are all good to go. We can just book whatever we want here. All right, let's go with these two ladies. Jinyu Frey and Emily Decote. All right, let's get some flyweights on here. Stolyarenko, Bueno Silva, Basharat, ooh, ranks, oh, Quick Camp, don't want that, Sarukian, him versus Joe Selecki, seems like a pretty good fight. Angelusa, Benoit Saint-Denis, Dustin Soltzfitz versus Alexichuk, all right, Roman Kapilov versus Trishan Gore. Martin Sano, and Danny Roberts, and then one more, welterweight Hertsenko against Trevin Giles. Boom, dunzo. All right, so that's gonna do it for this. Booked up a full month. Obviously, we're gonna be plugging in the holes as it comes along, but Tuivasa versus Aspinall over in Vancouver. It's going to end up being Bilal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov over in Washington. Chandler versus Turner in Oregon. We got Ortega versus Sadiq Yusuf in Mexico. And then it's going to be Yuri Prohaska versus Murzakanov for the light heavyweight title in the Czech Republic, where Prohaska is from. Big homecoming for him. The pay-per-view card, not the greatest. Paddy Pimblett, Tony Ferguson, Derek Lewis expected to be on the show. And yeah, should be a good one. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys for watching. I know this is a super long episode, but as always, AZ Plyo 21. I will see you guys at the fights.